Right guys, hello, another video for you, Sniper Elite VR. What I wanted to do is do some content to help you guys with the game. We'll do gameplay, live commentary, or share some hints and tips. And some of you seem to be struggling with the reloads, so hopefully it will help you out and you'll find it entertaining to watch. Unfortunately, what I need to do first is set some things straight. Reviews have come out for the game. Some are quite harsh, some are quite positive. However, almost all the ones I read had some facts about the game wrong. Of course, some things are a matter of opinion, but facts are facts. And the fact they got them wrong, if I trusted them, it could have put me off buying the game, which would be a shame. I'm not going to lie to you and say I feel like it's a AAA title and it's a brilliant game. It's certainly a good game, a very good game, and I've enjoyed my time with it. Now, unfortunately, I don't get early review copies of the game, so I'm a little bit behind everybody else. You might have seen the first impressions video I did, but if you didn't, we'll just recap that we're an old geezer with our diary, our journal, looking back over our time in World War II as a partisan in the Italian resistance. So the right-hand side is telling us what this mission is going to be, and that's how the story is told to us as we relive the mission. Left-hand side, we have some challenges to do. So you see I've got a red star when I've completed a challenge for the level. Below, we've got some collectibles. There's an eagle statue to find and shoot on every level, scarves to find and letters. They're not as important as these stars. The stars will unlock levels. I wish they hadn't done that, but you'll get to a point where it says you've got 47 stars, you need 50 to unlock the next mission or what have you. Now that's unfortunate because you don't want to go back and do previous levels. It breaks up the flow of the story. So take a note of what these challenges are. Not particularly difficult. Get 5 kills with grenades or explosives. It might tell you to get so many kills with a certain weapon. So if it says that, it might be a good idea to bring that weapon with you if you've unlocked it to ensure you get that star. So as we're talking about having a certain weapon, we'll go over to this left red tab, which is the loadout. To get back to your latest mission, you'll click the right tab. I can click at the top with the grip button, go Bravo Alpha to go up the list, down at the bottom of the page, Bravo Charlie. The right side of the page is Alpha Bravo Charlie with a visual representation of what each of these loadouts have. We just click the grip button in the middle, which brings up the customization. Now, I did do this in my last video, but we'll go over it again with some more information. Place your favorite weapons into these loadout crates. This is how we're going to make up Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. I've done Alpha for assault. It's pretty heavy firepower. Bravo are the British firearms. Charlie is covert for the sneaky stuff. You do what suits your playstyle, obviously dependent on what you've unlocked. As you pick up these weapons, you'll unlock them in the game. We've got the rifles here. You'll have a scoped and an iron sight variant. One of the reviews I read said these rifles are a copy and paste job. They all pretty much hold the same amount of ammo. They all function pretty much the same, give or take. There is no point using one rifle over another. That's wrong. In fact, it's very wrong. And now I need to explain why, because someone couldn't do their job properly. We'll just grab this, which is the G43. It's a semi-auto rifle. We load it with a magazine, 10 round capacity, work the action, and we can fire shot after shot without working the bolt, which is great. Yeah, good capacity, and you get quick follow-up shots. One review said using this rifle is almost like cheating because it's so easy to get follow-up shots. They said luckily you only come across it a handful of times in the game. That's nonsense. Once you've unlocked it, put it into one of your loadouts. You can use it for every mission, your future missions, even revisit past missions if you think this will help you get those challenges done. So I think left-handed people really like it in that there is no bolt to work between each shot with your offhand. Even right-handed people seem to struggle with the reloads. So yeah, you might all really enjoy this weapon. It shouldn't be as accurate as a bolt action. It's hard for me to scientifically test that because I don't have a stock my control is magnetically attached to, but because it's an auto loader and the way it functions, it shouldn't be as accurate. Hard for me to test. It's hardly a terrible rifle, so certainly worth you guys having a go with it. We'll have a look at the Lee Enfield. I was really looking forward to unlocking this, and I got hold of it. I thought, sweet. Looked down the scope, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't really get on with it at first. The reticules changed on the scope. It had a higher rate of magnification than the K98 I was using. So if it was a copy and paste job, I should have just been able to continue on life as normal, but I just didn't really get on with it at first. Took a little bit of practice. It does have a 10 round detachable magazine in real life, but it's not really how you load it, nor in the game. What we do is we open up the bolt and you put in stripper clips. like we do with most of the rifles. So if you get down to 1 or 2 rounds, you can just top it up with a clip. This one's a bit different in that we can put in 2 stripper clips to hold the 10 rounds. Now, some of the reviewers obviously didn't realise that and just assumed you'd put the one in for 5 rounds. But 10 round is a good capacity. It is a nice rifle. Once you get used to it, the extra magnification can help. I quite like it, and that's why it lives in my Bravo loadout. We won't go through all the rifles. We're here a month for Sundays, but we'll point out the Commando carbine. This, in real life, is a Lee Enfield that was modified. It started out its life as a 2.2, then they upped it to a 9mm, and in the end they settled to a 45 ACP, which is what the 1911 uses. 45 caliber automatic Colt pistol. So in the game, it doesn't share your pistol ammo. They treat it as a rifle. It takes rifle rounds out of your inventory. We put in the magazine, which is 7 rounds, same as the 1911, and we work a bolt after every shot. Fair enough. What's interesting is it has an integrated suppressor, a silencer. So yeah, really helps with those levels, with the challenges that want you to get through without setting off the alarm. When you've got a non-silenced rifle, you end up waiting around for a plane to fly overhead or artillery guns to fire that make a loud noise, which will cover up the sound of your rifle. That means a lot of waiting around. With this, there is no waiting. You get someone in your sights, you can take the shot as it's going to be super quiet. So really, really handy rifle. I use that more often than not. We will cover the pistols in a second. I just want to quickly go over our webbing, our belt. There's a couple of loops there for grenades. The ammo pouch holds all the ammo. That's where we grab it from. There's slots on the left and right side of our hip. You could put a pistol there. What I was doing, I was finding trip mines and S mines in some of the levels, and that's where I keep them. I'm playing seated in a chair, so because of the arms of the chair, it's a bit awkward to get stuff off my hip. Luckily, there's a couple of slots on our chest as well. Now, one review said that's too much. They're annoying. It gets in the way. I happen to seriously disagree with him. It's his opinion, but I think he's wrong. So with our loadout, we're going to take in one rifle, a secondary on our shoulder, and then we've got the pistol, which will live on my chest. So as we're playing through the level, we'll come across other weapons. So maybe I find this broom-handled Mauser, 20-round magazine. She's fully automatic. So I hold the trigger down. She'll keep firing until I let go or it runs out of ammo, making it stop. Quite a nice close quarters backup. So I'll put that on the right side of my chest. Let's just do a practical example. So I've got the well rod, the silenced pistol. I take a shot at a guard. I miss him. He then spots me and he's got a couple of friends. Like the shit's hitting the fan. I have to work the bolt after every shot with this pistol, which is obviously a slow rate of fire. Probably a good idea that I drop that. Now I could reach over my left shoulder to grab my submachine gun. So as I pull that out, I then got to grab it with my right hand by the trigger and then take aim. That's going to take far longer than me doing that and pulling out this broom-handled Mauser. Fully automatic, 20 rounds in his face. And yeah, we can then, when the immediate danger is past, then go over to our secondary rifle. Maybe you've come into the game with the broom-handled Mauser and you find another one. Well, that's cool because now you've got 2. So if the shit really hits the fan, that's a total of 40 rounds of fully automatic fire you can dump into their faces. So it's really up to you how you want to play the game, if you want to be sneaky or John Rambo. We've got some submachine guns and shotguns here. Let's just get the shotguns out of the way first. So there's a break action side-by-side double barrel. We reach to the front, snap it open, and then we feed in our shells one at a time. We can't flip it shut. We grab it, close it, grab it again, take aim, fire, rinse and repeat. There are no ejectors. You have to tip the spent casings out, put in your fresh shells, and so on. So quite laborious, slow rate of fire. Luckily, it won't be long before you find a pump action, which I believe holds 5 shells. That infamous noise. Yeah, better rate of fire. So if you like a shotgun, you're covered. So we've got the submachine guns. We'll pick this up, the MKB-42, Machine and Carabiner Svein Viersig. Technically, it's an assault rifle, but they're treating it as a submachine gun. It will use the submachine gun ammo. I call it the Sturmgewehr because it eventually became the MP44. We put in a magazine, 30 rounds of ammo, work the action, and we've got full auto fire. Really, really nice rifle. I depend on that quite a lot. We've got the OVP, Officina de Villa Perosia. So in goes the magazine, 25 rounds, and we cock it, and it's got an insane rate of fire. It was meant to be 2 guns on an aircraft that fire together. but the workshops changed it for infantry use. Yeah, if you've played Battlefield 1, you'll know all about that gun. We've got the MAB, Moschetto Automatico Beretta. In goes the magazine at the front. We hold it at the back, cocking levers on the right-hand side. We've got the FNAB, Fabrique Nationale d'Arma de Brescia. 20-round magazine goes in, cocking handle on the right-hand side. It's quite a cool-looking gun with the compensator on the ends. And we've got the German MP40. In goes your magazine, cocking handle on the left-hand side. Lay that down. And the cheap British Sten gun. Mag goes in at the side, cocking handle on the right. So, yeah, the ammo capacities will vary and rates of fire, etc. You'll find whatever works for you, and you'll soon find a favourite. So we'll put these into the crates. Once you're happy with your loadout, you can either save here by touching the green button, or if you go to leave and you've made a change, it will ask you to confirm or discard those changes. What I need to do now is pick a level to do for the gameplay. So I want to do something that's got the sneaky stuff, and we can talk about the HUD elements and how these things help you out, and also give you some tips for handling the rifles. So let me have a little think about it. I'll find a level I like the look of, and we'll edit it in as the rest of the video. Right, so I've opted for the Discovering Secrets level. Seemed apt, as I'm going to tell you some of my secrets, stuff I've learned playing the game. Let's get the dialogue out of the way so it doesn't interrupt me.
I was walking into an enemy stronghold alone. I would have to use every ounce of my experience if I was to walk out again.
Right, let's talk the rifles through quickly to help people out that are struggling with the reloads. One of the reviews I read said the weapons aren't as weighty as, say, Saints and Sinners. I like Saints and Sinners. It is quite cool. However, I hate the bolt action rifle in it, because every time I take my hand off the trigger, it wants to do that, drop to the floor. So trying to grab the bolt becomes incredibly awkward and operate it. I really enjoy shooting in this game. It's not too bad once you understand what's going on. Yes, we've got these HUD elements that some people find distracting, but they are useful. Use them to your advantage. It is telling me how many rounds I've got in the rifle. If I reach to the front, it's going to give me a little prompt, let me know I'll definitely be grabbing the rifle. Same happens for the bolt. It highlights it in white. If it's the trigger I'm going to be grabbing, that's highlighted in white. I've got the prompt, so I know what I'm grabbing. So if you rush things, it is possible to fumble the reload. When you're working the bolt, you're going to move it up towards you and then forwards and down again. Now, of course, if you do that by accidentally grabbing the trigger, the rifle is going to go all over the place and it's going to feel weird. So try to be deliberate in what you're doing and don't rush it. Eventually, muscle memory should take over for you. So I'll point out I've got 6 rounds. If I take the magazine out, we've still got a round chambered. I can put that into my ammo pouch. It'll be 7 plus 1 now. There's 7 in the magazine plus the 1 in the chamber. We've got 8 shots. If you've got a bolt action rifle which uses the clips and you're down to, say, 2 shots, with your bolt open, you can feed in another clip to top you off to max ammunition. That's always worth knowing. So as we look down the scope, you're going to get a bit of drift or sway. Of course, in Call of Duty and games like that, it's done artificially. Well, we're actually doing it ourselves by breathing, speaking, our left hand and right hand fighting against each other. So some people will buy a stock that they can magnetically attach their controllers to, and this is going to keep you straight and true, keep your controllers lined up, but not all of us have that. So what I've found, I'm playing seated and I tuck my right elbow into my body. Once I've lined myself up down the scope, we're pretty straight, I'll just let go of the rifle, let the virtual stock system take over. Now there's a little bit of sway, but for the most part, it's not too bad. Now the reason this helps is you're going to find points of the game where you're just looking down your scope. You can't shoot because you wait for a plane to go overhead or artillery to fire to mask the sound of your shot. So I can take my time. I'm not tiring my arms out by holding them both up. And when I feel I'm ready to take the shot, I can reach forward, grab the rifle, fire, and then work the bolt. So yeah, give that a go, see how it works out for you. Put that back over my shoulder. We can see we've got some trip mines here. I can grab one of the pegs, put it down, and put the other end down, say across the doorway. We've got an explosive trap set up. That's kind of useful. Put those on my hip. As we move forward, I've got some rifle rounds along with the Commando carbine, which I already own, but it's given me a subtle hint that I want to do some sneaky stuff as it's given me these silent weapons. Now, if I bring up the menu It's saying discovering secrets. I've already done 2 of the challenges, but it wants me to score over 4,500 points, find 3 pieces of intel, and there are some collectibles for me to still find on the level. But luckily, I don't have to do a challenge where I have to get through it without alerting anyone. They can be quite tricky to do. So let's press on, see how I get on. Another rifle waiting there. Right, so I see one guard on the walkway. Get him in my sights. I'm going to push the A button on my touch controller, on the right touch controller, and that will tag targets for me. He comes back into view. There we go. So he's got a little chevron telling me he's a guard. The icon will change depending on what type of enemy we're dealing with. He's stopped. Through both the kidneys. Game over. Thanks for playing. The chevron's gone yellow. He's alerted of something's gone wrong. He's going to investigate what's happening. A question mark might pop up if he spots me. You guys see that white bar? He's moving. Both the lungs and the heart. Game over. I see another guard through the steps. He's down. I see a sharpshooter up on the crane. Looks like there's an explosive barrel next to him, which is been lit up red down my scope. It's a handy little hint. Don't know that I got it. Right, I've got it that time. Let's take my magazine out, put in a fresh one. We've got some submachine gun ammo, rifle ammo, pistol ammo. Here's his MP40. Not that I necessarily want it, but I'll certainly take the ammo out of it. Always looking around for collectibles and that eagle statue to shoot. Right, so the sniper's down. See what we can see. Guy down there. He's down. Yeah, he's dead. See another guard down there. Still alive. See if he calls a friend over. Doesn't look like he's got any friends. Oh, yes he does. Where's he gone? And there he is. Target neutralized. Pick that up. Right, looks like we've got another sharpshooter sniper in the gatehouse. Guard tower. See, he's got a different icon. Pretty sure we got him. That will move on. More submachine gun ammo lying around. Haven't actually pulled that out yet. Saw him shoulder his rifle. Yeah, stomach, liver. Bad day for him. So that's the cool thing about the X-ray cam. When it comes up, I know they're dead, but it also shows me if I've hit where I'm aiming as well. So it does help me judge my own accuracy if I do hit what I'm aiming at. You see a grenade on the table. I'll grab that, put it on my belt. I was hoping I might be able to get 2 in 1. He's down. It's telling me it wants me to clear the area. He's checking on his friend. Three of 5, so he must have 2 more targets. Side of these crates. The officer doesn't seem to be moving. Broken back, ribs broken. Yeah, let's get that magazine out. Put in a fresh one. That looks like that's our intel. So I'll grab that. I'll take his Luger.
The Germans had positioned naval cannons along the coast, but now we knew how to use them. If we could capture one, perhaps we could turn it against the German defenses.
Right, so we use the radios as checkpoints. In case I do die, I don't have to do all of that all over again. I've got another guard. Let me drop something. I'll assume he's down. Let's check our corners. One. Some grenades there I could shoot and explode. Have a guy the other side of the truck. Just waiting, hoping they'll converge together near those grenades. see what happens. Well, apparently not. He's got one on his hip though. So it's telling me to sound his mask because of the artillery pieces firing. He's down. Let's get up in this tower, have a look around. Oh, there's a collectible. See the question mark, they nearly spotted me. He's got a grenade on his hip. I don't think the explosion got them. He's down. Through the lung, through the heart. Game over. Let's press on a bit. Hear voices. Yeah, it's down. Sleeping on the job. Another collectible. See if he checks on his buddy.
Ist da drüben.
I'll make a way up the stairs. Hear footsteps. An officer. There's our intel and a checkpoint.
The enemy had constructed an anti-aircraft bunker along the coast that was preventing the Allies from bombing Axis assets in the region.
Take both those Lugers. Don't really need the well rod when this rifle's silenced. Check on his friends. I was getting shot at from somewhere. It's that patrol boat. Good kill, straight for the eyeball. Let's wait for this to swing around. It's got torpedo launchers either side. It's flashing red. That's something for me to shoot at. One and done. Let's go check this building out over here. Try and stay out of the light. Reasonably clear. Got a checkpoint in there. Looks like I've got an officer. I heard a voice. Another grenade from my belt.
Horror gripped me as I stared at that document. The Germans had hidden a U-boat in the bay beside the lighthouse. There it lay in wait for the Allied ships, armed with some kind of prototype torpedoes.
Right, that's not what I blew up. I blew up a patrol boat.
I had gathered all the intel I could. It was time to get out.
Let's try and make our escape. I thought that was someone's head. It's just a gap in the door. See some guards, two of them. Missed that shot. Through his arm, through the lung, through the back. Looks like the truck. That's how we get out of here. I didn't spy that eagle statue to shoot, but we did get a couple more of the collectibles. Let's get out of Dodge. Let's head home. %, accuracy, not bad. Score is well short of what I needed, but I wasn't really trying to get those, multipliers, waiting for the artillery to fire, to have a mass shot, and all these things you can do, engage at a distance. But yeah, not bad, and we survived.
The Allied invasion was in danger, but with no way of sending a warning to the Allies, it was up to us to destroy the German defenses.
Which brings me back home, and then we can move on to the next level. We won't do it there. We'll won't do it now. We'll leave it there. Have a great day. Have a great evening, whatever you choose to do after watching this. And as always, I'll see you when I see you next. Ciao for now.